I think it is obvious that the government of India made a fundamental error in thinking that they could engage in supporting criminal activity against Canadians here on Canadian soil, whether it be murders or extortion or other violent acts. It is absolutely unacceptable for any country, any democracy that upholds the rule of law.
In a stunning escalation, Trudeau's explosive statement has sent India-Canada relations plummeting into unprecedented turmoil, reaching a historic low. The stakes have never been higher as Canada expels 6 Indian diplomats, including the High Commissioner, all tied to the chilling investigation into the assassination of Sikh separatist leader Hardeep Singh Nijjar in June 2023. The Canadian government, under Trudeau's defiant leadership, claims to possess clear and compelling evidence linking Indian agents to this brazen act of violence on Canadian soil.
Let me be clear. The evidence brought to light by the RCMP cannot be ignored. It leads to one conclusion. It is necessary to disrupt the criminal activities that continue to pose a threat to public safety in Canada. That is why we acted. Because we will always, first and foremost, stand for the rights of Canadians to feel safe and secure in their own country.
India wasted no time in retaliating, expelling 6 high-ranking Canadian diplomats and withdrawing its envoy from Ottawa, citing serious concerns for their safety. The diplomatic landscape is shifting, and the tension is palpable. Relations between these 2 Commonwealth nations have deteriorated into a deep chasm since Trudeau's bombshell allegations last year, suggesting that Indian agents orchestrated Nijjar's murder in British Columbia.
We will never tolerate the involvement of a foreign government threatening and killing Canadian citizens on Canadian soil, a deeply unacceptable violation of Canada's sovereignty and of international law.
Trudeau's allegations don't stop there. He paints a grim picture of Indian officials allegedly orchestrating a sweeping campaign of terror against the South Asian community in Canada, utilizing coercion, extortion, and violence. Yet, these alarming claims have ignited skepticism. Critics are questioning the legitimacy of the evidence that Trudeau cites, as India vehemently denies any involvement, branding the allegations as absurd and politically motivated. In a forceful statement released on October 14th, India's foreign ministry condemned the expulsion of its diplomats, declaring Canada's actions unacceptable. They insinuated that Trudeau's government is pursuing a political agenda rather than presenting hard evidence. This diplomatic standoff comes at a time when Trudeau's leadership is under intense scrutiny. His government grapples with a faltering economy and rising tensions within Canada's diverse communities, raising the stakes even higher. India's demand for the return of its diplomats reveals growing frustration over what they see as a baseless narrative pushed by Canada. The Indian government has expressed profound distrust in Canada's commitment to protecting its diplomats, adding fuel to the fire of this already volatile situation. The Royal Canadian Mounted Police, RCMP, has further intensified the drama, alleging a sinister campaign of targeted violence and organized crime, allegedly directed by Indian agents against South Asian dissidents in Canada.
Investigations have revealed that Indian diplomats and consular officials based in Canada leveraged their official position to engage in clandestine activities, such as collecting information for the government of India, either directly or through their agents.
Assistant Commissioner Brigitte Gauvin went so far as to name a notorious criminal syndicate led by Lawrence Bishnoi, allegedly linked to Indian intelligence. However, Bishnoi is currently incarcerated in India on unrelated terrorism charges, casting a long shadow of doubt over these explosive allegations.
But what we've seen is from an RCMP perspective, is the use of organized crime elements. And I will say and it's been publicly attributed and claimed by one organized crime group in particular, which is the Bishnoi group. So that's what we're seeing here in Canada. And we believe that that group is connected to agents of the government of India.
India's National Investigation Agency, NIA, has dismissed any ties between Bishnoi and the Indian government, labeling the accusations as speculative and devoid of substantive proof. This tit-for-tat expulsion of diplomats marks a seismic rupture in Canada-India relations, with experts warning that a return to normalcy is not only unlikely, but fraught with danger. The broader international community, including the United States, is keeping a vigilant eye on the unfolding drama. Reports suggest Washington is mediating the dispute, even as allegations of similar plots involving Indian agents targeting Sikh separatists in the US emerge. A senior Biden administration official disclosed that the US recently thwarted a chilling assassination attempt on another Sikh separatist, Gurpatwant Singh Panun, reportedly targeted by Indian operatives. Yet, amid the rising tensions, the evidence connecting India to these alleged assassination attempts remains murky. Trudeau's fervent calls for accountability are viewed by some as an overreach, while others contend that Canada's investigative agencies have yet to paint a clear picture of India's direct involvement. The ongoing dispute has cast a shadow over potential trade agreements between Canada and India, which were already paused last year amid growing tensions. As the diplomatic fallout intensifies, the true extent of India's involvement, if any, remains shrouded in uncertainty and debate, leaving the world on edge.